I'm Kimberly Edwards from cookingwithkimberly.com, and this is Cooking Like Alpha Beta Pie. Now, tonight I'm going to show you something that's kind of an essential thing you need to know: how to stuff a bird. Okay, I'm going to make a quick rice stuffings. This is how to make a quick rice stuffing, okay? Now, I don't have to show you how to make rice. You're making rice on your own. You can do it, read the instructions on your package, whatever. Tonight I'm using a rice that I already had made. I have about 1.5 cups of it, and I've got a, a nice sized bird that's probably all I'll need to stuff that bird, okay? That's about, 1.5 cups of rice, okay? So here's my bird, it's tiny. Okay, next thing's next. My rice is good, okay? I'm gonna put that in a bowl and put it to the side. I'm going to chop up a couple of mushrooms. I'm gonna chop up a couple of mushrooms so that I can just saute them quickly. Now you can throw them in raw into the bird, and it'll cook and it'll be nice, but this just gets a little bit more flavor. Now on my stovetop I have a frying pan, a medium-sized frying pan. I just put about 1 tablespoon of oil in there, and I'm going to slice up these mushrooms, okay? Now use as many as you like, as little as you like, whatever. I'm just trying to make some kind of savory stuffing tonight. You may put onion, you may put garlic, and now's the time to put that. You don't want to put that just raw dog in there. You can if you want to, but it's nicer if you saute that stuff up first too. Okay? I'm also going to put some celery and some carrot in there, but it's not necessary for me to have to do that here to cook it. Okay, so there we go, in with my mushroom. Now I'm using 2 great big crimini mushrooms today, and it's going to give a lot of nice flavor in that stuffing. Now this is enough for a side dish. It's considered a side dish stuffing, right? That's going to be enough for about 3 people. Got me? So I'm just going to take my wooden spoon or some kind of stirrer, and I'm going to stir that around, okay? I'm going to put a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, but I'm going to wait with the salt. Pepper is going in, and I'm also going to mix a little bit more, break up a little bit more pepper for my actual bowl of rice as well. So I'm using some really great black cam pot peppercorns. If you guys, you don't have a lot of money to spend on great expensive ingredients like steaks and prime ribs and lobsters and things, use your money on some really wise spices, okay? Use some spices where you're gonna get some nice bang for your buck and, give you a little something different, something more exciting to eat. So I'm using probably about 16 peppercorns or so. Now, these peppercorns come from Cambodia, and they're from a place called campot-pepper.asia. It'll be at the bottom of your screen right now. And they're fantastic. They've got red ones, they've got green and white, and they sent me black ones too. Beautiful. So I'm just going to use my mortar and pestle, and I'm going to just grind that up to, a little bit of a rough crack. All right. So I'm going to use a little bit of that with my mushrooms, and I'm going to use the rest of that, well, it's a little bit of that, in my stuffing. Now season as you see fit. You know your own taste better than I do. I'm not going to tell you how much to put in. Use it, what you feel like eating. So, while these are sauteing up back here, I'm going to put that salt in just a little bit. But what happens is if you put salt in right now, it'll leach lots of the water out of those mushrooms and before it cooks. So then it's just going to be a soppy, wet, raw-ish mushroom. Instead of being nice and sauteed, okay? We're going to saute it nicely. So into my bowl, I'm going to shred some carrot. Peel some carrot. Now you can use your shredder if you want to, but I use my peeler. I'm just going to give these to the dogs. My dogs really like peelings. I don't know what to tell you about yours. So I'm just going to peel a couple slivers of carrot in there just for some fun, a little bit of flavor, just to get it a little more savory. You can do all kinds of things with stuffings. You can put all different kinds of herbs, spices. You can put flavors like lemon and lime in there. You can put meat in there. You can put bacon and sausage in there and ham and things like that. You can put onion, garlic, any kind of veggie in there. You can even put, what I really like doing is putting raisins in there and cranberries, dried and stuff like that, dried apricots and things of that nature. They're a really nice surprise inside of stuffing you might not expect. Now I just used a rib of celery, about 1/2 rib of celery. I sliced it into 4 long pieces, and I'm just going to ever so finely chop that. I want them very tiny, like you would do if you were going to put them in a tuna salad or an egg salad, like that. Tiny, tiny, tiny pieces. For my liking, anyway. into my bowl. Now let's add a little bit of salt to our mushrooms. They look good, they're sauteing up nicely. Now I'm going to use a little bit of this salt. This is a salt grinder from Drogeria Spices. You can also check them out online. Again, another bang for your buck kind of spice. A little bit of salt in there. You just want these to be softened up and just absorbing that olive oil and the seasonings, just so it can flavor up your rice. This is going to be the most flavorful thing in your rice, to be honest with you. The chicken is going to infuse some of its juices as it bakes, roasts into that stuffing. It's going to be fantastic, okay? Now I'm going to grab myself a spoon so that I can get. Now if you guys have herb gardens, feel free to cut some chives down, some parsley, whatever you feel like, whatever you're really into and you enjoy. Tonight I'm going to use a little bit of smoked paprika powder, the sweet variety from La Chinata. Check them out online, lachinata.com. This is the most tasty stuff. I can't even tell you, man. I crave this stuff. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do, and I absolutely adore this stuff. I'm putting about a half a teaspoon in there of this sweet smoked paprika powder. This is all the way from Spain. Again, bang for your buck. You can find this also at qualfirst.com. If you don't want to order it all the way from Spain, you can get it from right here in Canada. All right, so into my bowl goes that seasoning. I'm also going to put some more salt in there. This is a Persian blue salt, just happens to be what I grabbed first. Salt, right? So salt, a little bit of that. Stir that in nicely. My whole point is just to get some nice flavors inside that chicken, okay? Lovely, my mushrooms are almost done. Now my parsley hasn't come up yet from my garden, so I'm using a little bit of dried. About a teaspoon or so. No big deal, guys. Dried is fine. It's going to rehydrate nicely inside of that chicken. Now this La Chinata, they have a bittersweet variety and a hot variety as well. These are equally as tasty and equally as smoky and delicious. They're fantastic. Check them out online, please, please. You'll want to put those on your eggs. You'll want to put it on everything. You'll want to have a bath with smoked paprika in it. I'm telling you, this stuff is really, really tasty. It's not even fair. Okay. My mushrooms look nice. This is what I was trying to accomplish. They've softened up. They've got a little bit of flavor. Nice. Into my rice. Just stir it all in. Now look how much stuffing that gave. You can for sure use that as a side dish for at least 3 people. Am I right? That's right. So I'm going to stuff this in my bird. Or whatever bird you like. I'm not going to show you how to do it. I don't need to show you how to do it. But then you throw your chicken in there and you roast it up. And that's that. That's how you make a stuffing for poultry. Now you can use, instead of the rice, you can use bread. Chop up some nice bread pieces into little chunks, tiny chunks, and mix all that in just the same. Okay? You might need to add a little bit of liquid to bread because it's very dry. Put a little bit of liquid, maybe a little chicken stock, a little bit of wine or something, a little bit of water if you have to, even some tea. And that's what you've got. Beautiful. Put seeds in there if you want to. Chia seeds work great. Flax seeds, things like that. Poppy seeds even. Delicious. I'm just saying, try different things out. Why not? What's the worst thing that can happen? You eat rice with mushrooms and carrots that you probably are going to like anyway? Relax. Don't be afraid to experiment with the flavors inside of your chicken or on the outside of your chicken for that matter. All right, everybody? So that's how you make a stuffing, a quick stuffing for any kind of poultry. Make sure you check out the recipe for cooking like alpha beta pie for the cardamom roasted chicken. That was a really great recipe. Use those same premises for roasting your chicken and you're good to go. That's it, that's all. I hope you try this out. All right, everybody? I hope you check them out online at alphabetapie.com. All right, shout out to Julia. And follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim, E with a capital E. Like the fan page. It's facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly and youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. And my site is cookingwithkimberly.com. That's it, that's all. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.